Greetings and welcome to you today on this Monday, September the 30th, the very last day of the month of September. And we've had just a little bit of gray weather and rain the last few days, but that's better than what others further south of us have gotten. Pray for them as they go through this time after Hurricane Helene and all of its impact on them. We just started a new book, just a refresher course here. It's from Voice of the Martyrs. It's entitled Whom Shall I Fear? And it is 366 scriptures for following Christ and facing persecution. Or for probably more appropriately for some of us, since we don't really face serious persecution, or maybe even any persecution, although we may drum that up in our minds, just for facing difficult times, for facing times of uncertainty and all of that goes with this world and living in this world. They're very brief now that we're into the actual accounts each day, and today's is no different. Today is listed as day 2, and the verse is Exodus 20. Exodus chapter 20, verse 20. Moses said to the people, "Do not fear, for God has come to test you, that the fear of him may be before you, that you may not sin." I'm not sure why, but right at that moment, it makes me think of kids in a home. Who are they more afraid of, mom or dad? Probably dad, since that's the threat moms give. You better wait till your father gets home. Let's see what they have to say about this. During his 14 years of imprisonment, Richard Wurmbrand woke up each morning with the knowledge that he could be executed before the end of the day. Yet Richard did not fear his guards. He did not fear their abuse. He knew the only thing believers should fear is failing to give God the awe that he is due. And so Richard daily turned his heart toward his Father. And you and I, we can do the same. It's a choice. Who do we choose to look at? I think of Peter as the Lord is walking on the water in the middle of a storm coming to them, and Peter asks that he might be able to walk on the water, and he does it. Steps out, and he's walking on water in the middle of a storm while his eyes are fixed on Jesus. But then, of course, we know the story. He looks, and there's a really, really big wave coming. And he takes his eyes off Jesus. And that's when he begins to sink and needs to call for help. That's our responsibility too. Again, we live in days where we're worried about so many things. The whole political scene right now is up for grabs, not just here in America, but around the world. Wars and rumors of wars, all those different things, economy issues, health issues, just a number of things. But here again, once again, and I'm thinking it's going to be repetitive. Keep our eyes fixed on the Lord. Keep our minds set on him and who he is. Keep his word there. Your word have I hid in my heart that I might not sin against you. And that's the key. Focus on what God says, not what the world says, not what an enemy says, not what an oppressor says, not whoever. Fill in the blank for yourself. Don't listen. If they are seeking to undermine God, don't listen. If they are threatening you as though they have more power than God, don't listen. Turn away, even smile. Let them have their due. But you, and me, we keep our eyes fixed on the Lord. Blessings to that today, to you today, and keep your eyes fixed on the Lord.